Now, I want to show you a program which I think, well, an app that is far superior than Docs. And I tend to use this more and more in my classroom, which is Google Slides. So it's the equivalent to a PowerPoint or a Keynote. It's set up so that we can do presentations, but we can do them from collaborative mode. And I guess we look at this and we automatically start to think of this as a setup which is used for making presentations. But it's just so much richer than that, because a presentation or a PowerPoint presentation, whatever we're used to doing, has some real good ways for helping students work. Firstly, the most natural thing is when you work on a laptop screen, your screen looks like that. It doesn't look like a piece of paper, like an old typewriter concept. And I know we get people to write a lot and that a Google document is a great idea, but for me, a lot of the time the work we're doing with students could be done within a set of slides. Each student gets their own individual page to work on it. So what I want to talk about is an activity I regularly do with my class when I'm heading into a new topic. So let's say the topic has to do with parts of a computer. And I would be grabbing the syllabus document, because I teach Industrial Tech Multimedia, or ITM, Industrial Tech Multimedia. And we often have a lot of definitions to do. It's not the only way. Now, over here there are some themes that are built in. You can grab a theme from a PowerPoint presentation and bring it in as well if you need to do that, and I'd suggest you Google that if you want. So let's go parts of a computer, industrial tech multimedia. I'm going to shut that up so I get a little bit more space on my screen. There's background, layout, themes, a whole bunch of things. So quite often what I will do with a class is I will come in here and I will set up a slide for each of the key items that we need to do. So how does a, and then I'm going to put that there and I'm going to write it in and something work. So in this case it's going to be a mouse work. And what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to get the students to claim a page, and so they're going to become the expert in this area. So once I've got that one page there, I'm going to duplicate the slide. Let's do it 4 times. And then I'm going to come back to this one and I'm going to go, all right, and how does a mouse work? How does a keyboard work? All right. How does a printer work? And then finally, how does a screen, a monitor work? That would probably be the right terminology, wouldn't it? So 4 key points. And basically what I do is I'd set this up. Quite often I'll even do it with the students in the class right in front of me. Here are all the key things. Let's open up the syllabus document. We have it in another tab. What are the key things? And we need to explain it. So now I have a defined box, which is sometimes I think far better than just giving them an unlimited piece of paper to just write and write and write. So the student who's in charge of monitor work basically would share this set of slides to the class, and then the students would come in themselves and say, all right, this one's going to belong to Fred. So Fred comes to that page, and then somebody will come in and go, all right, this is Tamara, and this one is, and they just basically put their names next, so they claim the one that they want to do. And it does make them get in nice and quick if they want to claim a particular one. Okay, so we've got these 4 pages, and basically the job for each of them is to come in and work and fill in this box with the right information. They can get stuff off the web in my class if that's what they help. I prefer them to put into their own words. A lot of them I would be encouraging them to come in here and go insert image and to get it. I think I've shown before in another demo, but just in case you haven't seen it before, I quite like using the research tool. I'd flip it onto images, and I'll put a mouse, and that's not the one I'm after, so we'll put a computer mouse in, and there we go, we've got a mouse. So I'm going to just drag that and drop it, put it up in the spot that I want it to be, and note that now if I click on that image, it does give me the list of where that document where that picture actually came from. I put it on the wrong page, so I'm just going to cut that out. Jump here and go paste. So I can do that and move between there. So the student's job now is to fill that in, to work through that activity, but they have a defined place to summarize it. They don't just go on and just dump work in there. They actually have approximately 8 or 9 lines to actually put that in, and I find that can be a really useful thing when it comes to it. We can also come to this front page and drop a picture of the mouse here. it's done that, and then I will reduce its size, dump it there. You see how it currently has a built-in link to Finder. I'm going to go change, and I have the capacity to delete that part there. And once I've deleted it, this little drop-down menu comes and I can go, how does a mouse work, and apply. And so if I was actually watching this in presentation mode, I would actually be able to click on this one here, and I would actually go to the slide, which is on what Fred has created and how it works. And so for me, I think in a lot of ways, a presentation or a set of slides is actually a far more effective way of helping kids summarize it, especially if we're working in one big collaborative document as a class. When you work in a document, if somebody types up here, it can push other people's work down. But when you work in slides, it actually means that each person has their discrete page, their part that's theirs, and that's the part that they'll be working in.